Join me as I challenge myself to transform some thrift store finds into some stunning holiday decor that, as a vendor, I can sell this upcoming season. I plan on using Sonnet's Garden Blooms October's Maker's Box combined with the IOD's holiday release. Hi, I'm Sylvia from Backyard Brushes in Fountain City, Wisconsin, and I am a creative person who enjoys the thrill of the hunt and a really good challenge. So let's roll up our sleeves and let's get creating. For Sonnet's October's box, we have the Woodland Stocking and Peppermint Wishes by Connie the Painted Photographer. From Roycycle Decoupage, we have the Festive Fireside Plaid and Yuletide Whispers. For DIY paint, we'll be using the Cardinal Red and the DIY Salty Kiss, along with Fusion Mineral Paints Fort York Red and Manor Green, and Sweet Pickens Red Wagon Milk Paint, which is one of my favorites. Sonnet always includes a napkin for other decoupage projects, a really kind thank you card, which also has the QRP code for the digital downloads, and she included a special gift of ornaments. So for project 1, I have thrifted a plastic gold picture frame, but it had some really good bones. So just using the drill, I was able to remove the screws and remove the glass and separate the pieces. And I did a really good job of putting my screws away, so I actually didn't lose them. That's kind of a challenge for myself. I did remove the glass and I set it aside for a different project, especially since I'll be learning how to make mosaics out of glass. Choosing Crinoline by DIY, I painted the background of the bird picture that came with the frame. It did take 2 coats of paint to completely cover the back. I will be decoupaging over the back, so I did want a lighter, brighter color underneath the decoupage paper just to help make it pop out a little bit. I chose to use Royce's Festive Fireside Plaid paper, and I just cut out a section that I knew would fit over the backing for the picture. And I just used a scissors and cut a square out. I misted the decoupage paper to kind of loosen up the fibers, and it helps minimize the wrinkling with the project. I positioned the paper and tried to line up my plaid the best I could. I used the pre-cut edge, so I did kind of cheat, lining the pre-cut edge up with the side of the backing. I used a DIY liquid patina to decoupage the paper on, and I just kept trying to line up that plaid edge, and I smoothed it out with my hand and let it dry. Using a scissors, I trimmed off the excess decoupage paper. I sealed the decoupage paper on the backboard using DIY liquid patina just as a final seal and to help protect the paper. Then I chose the Harbor Green by Fusion Mineral Paint, and let me tell you, this was the first time I used the paint and I love it. I ordered a larger size so that I can keep this green in my toolbox as a regular staple. However, to cover up all this gold, it did take 3 coats of the Fusion paint. And what I did not show is I actually sprayed the frame with Rust-Oleum first. I then used the back of the frame board and I gave it a coat, and it only took one coat of the of the Manor Green paint by Fusion. Using my hand drill, I just drilled the backing board right back into place in the frame after everything had dried. And it's nice because the frame has its own hanger. I had previously molded a Santa using the IOD Holiday Release Saint Nick with resin. I gave my Santa 2 coats of paint by DIY Crinoline, and using a wax brush, I just stiffled the dark wax by DIY right into Santa. I let it sit for a little bit, and then I grabbed a paper towel and I just went and removed all that excess wax. Once that was complete, I used the Type Bond Thick and Quick, and I just squirted it over my Santa, the back of my Santa. I used a brush to kind of fan out and spread out that glue to minimize seeping. And I was able to glue the resin Santa right into the center of the frame. And if you've been following me, you know how much I have been obsessed with Santa this year. And this mold and this project was just perfect. And I cannot wait to see how quickly he sells. Unless I decide to keep it for myself. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. For project 2, I'm using a cutting board I picked up at the Nina St. Vincent when I was in Appleton for the Sonnet's retreat. It was $2.99. I used my hand sander and I sand off the coat in painting decor on the cutting board, and using the cardinal red, I covered the back of the cutting board and the edges. For the front of the cutting board, I used DIY B-board, and I painted 1 coat on the front. I chose to use the Peppermint Wishes by Connie, the painted photographer. I misted the rice paper first, and I used the liquid patina by DIY to decoupage the rice paper onto the cutting board. I did use my scissors in a little tear method for the top of the paper, which I forgot to do before I decoupaged it on, and then I sealed it with the DIY liquid patina. I used burlap, crinoline, and bead white, and with a method I used at Sonnet's Retreat by Tara at the Reclaimed Ranch, I stifled the colors into the handle of the cutting board to blend in with the paper. I am not a bow person at all, so nobody wants to learn how to make a bow from me. However, I did put together a messy bow for the final piece of the cutting board, and I also used the red velvet as a hanger for the cutting board. I made the messy bow out of red velvet, some lace, and also some crushed sage velvet, and I can leave those links below where I got them from Amazon actually. I did seal the whole back of the cutting board and edges with the DIY liquid patina. I just didn't get it on film. Sorry. I'm also not a glitter person. However, I felt a little added glitter just gave this project a little something something. So using glitter Mod Podge, I just went over with a small paintbrush and added a little glitter effect everywhere on the paper that I felt Connie used the white paint. So the white on the candy canes, the white on the bows, the berries of the wreath, and also on the leaves of the beast where the veins are. I have used the glitter Pint Art varnish in the past, and just recently I used both the Mod Podge glitter and the Pint Art glitter varnish, and actually I could not tell a difference between my finished products which glitter I had used. I've also in the past mixed glitter in with a small amount of the Big Top or the liquid patina just to be able to use that, or it's the same method, I just mixed up my own. But that glitter Mod Podge is really inexpensive and it just gave it that little extra something. For project 3, I'm using this wood piece that I picked up at a local thrift store for like $2. Whenever I find these boards, I always pick them up since they're easily to use for DIY projects and they're not kind of expensive if you buy them in the stores. So using Salty Kiss, I went around the edge of the frame or the board. I chose to use a Red Wagon by Sweet Pickins. So I mixed up a tablespoon of the powder with water and let it sit. Using Vaseline, I just went randomly around the edges of the Salted Kiss. Using 2 coats of the Sweet Pickins milk paint, I painted over the Salty Kiss. I did use a heat gun, and it helps the Red Wagon not adhere to the Salty Kiss where I have the Vaseline. I did paint the back of the board also with 2 coats of the Red Wagon. And I'll just let you know, I love the Red Wagon and I've been using it for the past year, and I think I've ordered it like 3 different times. So I was excited it was in the box. Using crinoline, I just painted the front of the board. I chose to use the DIY liquid patina, and I decoupaged on a Here Comes Santa Claus that I had Googled, found a free download, and printed it up on the rice paper. And I just decoupaged that right on top of the wood board. I sealed it with DIY liquid patina. I did trim some excess of the rice paper off, and it's actually a mulberry rice paper combined, but it does work really well. And then using the lighter method, I just burned around the edges of the paper. I do not recommend doing this inside, even though I am. However, I do have water readily available in case I lost control of the burn method. And I just like the vintage effect that it leaves around the edges of the paper. Using DIY liquid patina, I sealed the rice paper on. I chose to use the digital download. I'm in love with the Santa with the reindeer. I printed it out on some Mulberry rice paper using a laser printer. I have a resin mold I used from the IOD snow globe mold. And I just used a pencil and traced around the globe onto the paper, and I cut out and it wasn't a big fussy cut. I just cut out part of that globe or the paper to fit the globe. Using DIY liquid patina, I adhered my digital download of Santa right into or onto the snow globe. Once that was dried and sealed, I used a Salty Kiss by DIY, and I painted around the edges of the frame. It only took one coat of the Salty Kiss. I chose the Salty Kiss because it is underneath the red wagon on the edge of the frame. And using a small brush, I painted the DIY dark wax on top of the Salty Kiss. And I did seal it with liquid patina prior to adding the dark wax. I used a paper towel to remove the excess wax. Using Dixie Belle Gold Gilding Wax, I used a small brush and I just dry brushed the gold on top of the Salty Kiss. For the back of the frame, I needed a hanger, and you could use the sticky ones if you don't use a drill. I keep both on hand. And using a D-ring, I just used my hand drill and I screwed on a D-ring for a hanger. I buy these in bulk, really reasonably priced on Amazon, and I can leave those in the description, both the sticky ones and the screw-ons. Using Tite Bond using Tite Bond glue, I squirted the glue onto the snow globe and I adhered it to the back of the plaque. And now I realized I did clean off my large wax brush from the Santa on top of the Here Comes Santa Claus paper to give it more of a grungy vintage vibe. However, I did not catch that on film and I apologize. I would love to know which one of these 3 projects was your favorite. And if you're interested in receiving Sonnet's Maker's Box, I can leave a link in the description below where you can dismiss the waitlist and start getting your box right away. If you found this video inspirational, please hit subscribe below and follow me along on my creative journey. Thank you.